Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. Yes, we got two videos in one day. You guys know this. This is amazing because I don't usually get two videos out in one day. But anyway, I wanted to get this one out talking about the great doctor, who has been giving us different information from the beginning. I thank God for my subscribers because they be keeping me up on stuff, I'm telling you. But yeah, so we got some great information. I won't mention his name because I don't want my page censored like that. So excuse me. So what I'll do is I'll just leave it down there and you guys can read it. I got his name in the description box, so of course I don't need to really be like listing his name. Okay, I don't need to be saying his name. And so we got a doctor from Johns Hopkins Hospital who has literally come out against some of the reporting that, the great doctor has been giving us concerning COVID. This is amazing. So now this doctor is hitting out at the great doctor for denying that the US is approaching herd immunity based on different things. So this article is given to us by Daily Mail, and you guys can see that this is a very recent article. I believe this article, yeah, see, there it is. It was dated just a few days ago. And so this has been an ongoing issue with them, and this doctor is slamming Dr. Fauci for denying that the U.S. is approaching herd immunity amidst the coronavirus pandemic. Wow. So Dr. Marty, who is also a Fox contributor, said on Thursday that it's not healthy for small groups of people to be making all of the health decisions for Americans. Wow. Well, I kind of agree with that. I mean, we've all said that, and this is actually the first time I've ever seen anything like this. I'm not saying anything against him or for him, but this is just unheard of that one person is making, or two people are making a decision for the entire world. I'm not saying anything against his credibility, but this is just the first time I've seen anything like this, that I personally have witnessed anything like that. And so this doctor goes on, and he kind of slams some of the advice that that the great doctor was giving us before. And he speaks about, where he was wrong about, um he was wrong he was wrong a couple of times about um wearing mask and not wearing mask and all that good stuff. So again, like I said, he actually makes some very credible statements in this article about, whether we can really like just use one person's opinion about, what's going on. And so you just got to read it. I'll leave this document so that you can actually read it for yourself. And he pinned out that there's evidence that Americans are approaching herd immunity without having 75 to 95% people vaccinated. In other words, he said in a webinar that was done that researchers have said that 45% of people in Los Angeles already have these antibodies. So it's amazing. They go on to say in this article that that's why infections are down 95%. Wow. In Los Angeles over the past 10 weeks. Wow. And their positivity rate again is heading in a downward trend. Look at this, 1.6%. So without all of the country vaccinated the way we're saying we need to be vaccinated, that man makes some good arguments. And it's amazing because here's the data. And some of the data is saying that a chart that shows total confirmed infection rates have steadily declined in February and March as the country reaches 30,000. I'm sorry, 30 million. What in the world? Okay, total infection. So while we are being rushed, or while we are having this onslaught of everybody got to be vaccinated for herd immunity. I'm not saying anything against vaccines. I'm not saying anything against vaccines, but what I am saying, um, that some of this isn't true. So it just the stats don't lie. I mean, I guess they don't. I mean, you never know with these charts. People can do what they want to do with these charts. And so, like I said, I'll leave this link in the description box below so that you can see it for yourself. And you can side by side compare the data. Why they have this mass, what would I say it is, pandemonium or fear gripping the nation, that we have to have so many people, vaccinated. I mean, people running over top of each other to get vaccinated. It's I've never seen, just say it, because of the report of one or two people who's actually been in error a lot about what he's saying. It's very credible information. Not saying that you got to be perfect, because I think that's just impossible. But it just makes us want to look at some other things that's going on. And so I would leave this. In other words, Fauci is telling people that 75 to 80% of population needs to be vaccinated. Neglects the percentage of people who have natural immunity. You cannot have a need for 75 or 80% of the population to be vaccinated to get herd immunity, and half of the population with natural immunity currently. Both cannot be true. So he really is like coming against Dr. Fauci as to which end of the spectrum are you going to stay on, because you're saying one thing and then the data is coming out and it's saying something else. All right. So that is just one part of the daily news. And here's another article we have to address. And here it is right here. And this comes from the gatewaypundit.com. And this article came out. When is this? This was March 24th. Okay, 4 days ago. And it says the Judicial Watch obtains emails showing Fauci's NIC accommodated China's terms for confidentiality surrounding COVID-19 in February. Seems kind of suspicious to me. Wow. So it is saying that, let me make this larger. Hopefully you guys can see it. It says that the Judicial Watch requested emails related to Dr. and China and the WHO. Wow, which today that they received by the Information of Freedom Act. Now look at this. It says that it is over. Let me say that the Judicial Watch received this 301 page email. Wow. And other records of Dr. Fauci and Dr. Lane from the NIC. Wow. And about confidentiality forms to China. Wow. And the National World Health Organization. Now, this is just amazing because some of these emails have been redacted, but watch this. I don't even have to take you there. If you just click on this little link right here, boom, you can actually go there and see the emails for yourself. You can download it or you can view it for yourself. So if you have time to stop and read it, you can download it, or you can simply just read through them for yourself. Look at here. This is amazing because there are other documents out there that says that this information should not have been leaked until different things have been taken care of with the United States and China putting together more confidentiality, or more what we would call forms, strict confidential forms. So this is amazing because it almost looks like the great doctor is more leaning toward putting forms together based on the great doctor. That is amazing. I'm like, what in the world? This is that's quite heart wrenching. I won't get into a lot of this, but you guys can just Google around and find some of it for yourself, because it needs to be out there. Like you guys really need to check into this kind of stuff, because if that's the kind of stuff that's going on, we in trouble. As I'm just gonna say it like that. And here is my last article for today that came out, and this one came from Bloomberg Opinion, and this was what 4 days ago as well. Look at what this article said: that we must start planning for a permanent pandemic. Wow. We must start planning for a permanent pandemic. So, with coronavirus mutations pitted against vaccinations in the global arms race, we may never go back to normal. Did you guys see that? Wow. We may never go back to normal because of the mutations that they're saying is connected to this coronavirus. Oh my goodness. So we may never go back to pre um mask wearing and social distancing ever. Wow, this is amazing. It says for the past year, at some point people have been asking will we go back to normal, and it says the premise is almost wrong. SARS-CoV-2 protein and exclusive is as it is. It may become a permanent enemy like the flu or worse. Wow. And even if it peters out eventually, our lives and routine will by then have changed irreversibly. Wow. Going back, what won't be an option. The only way out now is forwards. Wow. So I guess there are I just don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess they're saying the vaccines are the only way to prevent you from being hospitalized or even death. But we know that we've actually had death with the vaccine. So I'm not really sure exactly what their understanding of what they're trying to say is, because like I said, if you look at some of this data that's coming out there, it kind of shows that I don't know. I just don't know. I just think it's time, if we ever gonna seek the Most High, we need to be thinking and praying and really trying to figure out what we're gonna do and what's best for us and what's best for your house. I don't think anyone can tell you what's best for your house. I think that's a decision that you have to make all for yourself, right? Whether you're going to be, vaccinated or not. But what I know is we can't stay in fear. We can't stay in the middle. You have to make up your mind, and because what they're saying is, they saying we have mutations. I don't know. I think we have a mutation of the virus of of the flu vaccine every year, and sometimes it hits and sometimes it misses. I don't know. But in other words, to avoid this evolutionary trajectory of SARS-CoV-2, we're in for seemingly an endless cycle of outbreaks, remission, and social restrictions, and relaxations, lockdowns concerning reopening. Wow. At least in in countries, we will probably get vaccinated a couple of times a year. Wow. Against the latest variant in circulation. Wow. But never fast or comprehensively enough to receive herd immunity. There that word is again. So brothers and sisters, it's time for us to really, really look like we're gonna have to be gearing up to be into this one for a long time, which I'm not surprised. I'm just amazing that there's somebody is actually coming out and saying that. I think COVID-19, like I said, was just the beginning of a bigger plan and picture that is to come. Will the vaccine keep you from it? Guess we'll see. but I don't believe that that is the main thing that's going on, and why a lot of people have been concentrating on these things. It's been so many other things that have been flying under the radar that it's really, really hard to keep up with everything that's going on again. But I want to thank you so much. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. Please stay alert, stay aware, continue to do what you need to do to keep you and your family safe. All right, again, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. I do try to read my comments as much as I can, as often as I can. Again, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, because I do try to upload often, at least weekly. And it's about several different things. It's not just always about church stuff. But listen, I appreciate you loaning me your time to just hang out for a few minutes and just talk. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And until my next broadcast, or until my next video with Pearls with the Prophet, I thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your day. And as always, I said, God bless you and shalom.